Welcome back to Call the Damn Leads, the show by sales professionals for sales professionals. I'm your host, Drew B. Wilson. With more than 2 decades in sales, I've seen it, been through it, heard about it. Now I'm bringing it to you, my favorite people in the world, the sales community. Because let's be honest, this is the greatest job on earth. Doesn't matter where you come from, what background, what personality type, you can create an amazing life in sales. Today's guest, someone I'm super excited to have on, a friend of mine for quite some time. He's Mr. Johnny Buck. Welcome to the show.
Hey man, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you being here, taking some time out of your day. I want to jump right in, man. I want to hear your crazy sales story.
Yeah, so everything. So I started out at the MMA gym and do super high volume relatively compared to what I'm doing now with the construction side. And so we got hit by Hurricane Helene. So I had my first job, sold it, 65% markup, everything's beautiful. And then Helene hits the day that I'm calling my final inspection. So that job went smooth as, you know, an earth-changing event. But so things come through. So we're doing crazy volume right now with, I've sold over $500,000 my first 6 months in business, which
Come on.
in construction, that's pretty wild. And it's as crazy as it seems, what I'm doing this is kind of really wild. I don't know if you've done it before. I just call the people back on my phone.
Imagine that.
We sold over $500,000 already, but the craziest sales story on the construction side has been this. So I'll go out to a guy. It's probably a few months ago, and everything's super smooth, everything's going well, and he sends me a quote from the other guy. So I quoted like $55,000 or whatever it was, just for a garage shell, no finish in anything that. And then the guy comes out and he beats me by like fucking $7,000. I'm like, cool, man. I get it. Thank you for being honest, yada, yada, yada. And so I followed up just like, hey, man, how you doing? We would make, anytime I meet a client or prospect, like I try to make a connection with them, just something like for him, it's cigars. Like, so we were talking about cigars and shit like that. And so he hits me up like, hey, man, that guy didn't show up. Fucking shock. He goes, and then he said that the price is $130,000. I'm like, so what? I don't fucking know. So I just sent him a new number because things change. I was like, hey man, we can do it for $64,000, whatever. He goes, all right, cool, sold. I'm like, how the fuck did that happen? Like, how did you go from cheaper than me to like twice what my new price is? And we added a small scope of work, but like that's been the craziest thing that I've seen in sales on the construction side. It's just like that's a fucking bait and switch, like bad. And I think the craziest one like that I've seen was a government contract. I was with commercial HVAC. They came in at $1.2 million. And then, it's actually going to be $4 million. I'm like, what the fuck? Then they took the first 1.2 and rolled out. I'm like, God damn, dude. But yeah, it's interesting, man. Like the MMA world's very different. Like, I want you to train me for free. I'm like, you smoke Marlboros, bro. Like you live in your mom's basement. I'm not fucking coach you. Nothing crazy. It's just like, I think it's just a shock to me because like my core values of how I operate. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something. It's just fucking shocking to me that happens.
I have seen some crazy stuff over the years, and the number one thing I want to lean in on right off the rip, though, is the fact that, especially in the service business world, don't get me wrong, I understand you guys, like, you're working, and you're out there in the field, and you're all over the place, but the fact that probably 95% of service-based businesses never call someone back is just absolutely mind-blowing to me. And it's no secret or difficulty to see why guys like you who actually pick up the phone and call the damn leads are so successful, because it almost seems like in that industry especially, people feel like they have, what's the word I'm looking for? Entitlement, maybe? It's like, oh, well, I'm the only guy that can do the job as good as I can do it. So like if you don't keep calling me, then I'm not going to worry about it. And so what has been like, A, what made you decide to get into that business? And B, like, how have you really been able, other than calling the damn leads, how have you been able to really brand yourself as someone right off the rip that comes out the door and has the success you've had?
Yeah. So I've ran $168 in ads. Like that's it. since September of last year. And I ran a brand awareness ad, and I ran a single fucking post. Like I took a picture or I made an image that says, "We will call you back. We will show up and we will do the work we say." Like that's all it said. That was on my website. I used to go high level website. I had no clue what I was doing. That's what I put on there. It was a landing page. That was it. I deleted all the other like shit on there. But I didn't have automation set up. I still don't. Well, actually, I have somebody else build my website now. But like, so I ran $168, and the ad set the main copy was, our prices haven't changed from 6 weeks ago. I ran it 6 weeks after the storm, and people now I would send all the traffic to my website, and it said those three things: we will call you back, we will show up, and we will do the work we say we're doing. That's all my website said, and had like a generic fucking picture. And what's allowed me to be successful is doing those things. Like if you call my voicemail, I'll say, you've reached our team of construction, blah, blah, blah. We will call you back. And one of the things that, like, when the hurricane hit, we had no Wi-Fi, we had no internet, we had no phone, we had no power for fucking 20-some days in some places. And so I had leads coming in from Facebook business. I had leads coming in from Facebook personal messengers. I had texts. I had the occasional email. I had Google Messenger because Google Business still had messaging on it at the time. And I still have the spreadsheet of every lead I've ever had. And something happened, a referral happened, and I wrote it in a notebook. And I still can't find it to this day. I have no clue where this lead came from. I went out to their job, tree fell to their house, not a big deal. We can fix it. We can do what we need to do. And I lost the lead. I have no clue where the fuck it is. I'm like, and it bothered me. Like, I promised I'm going to call you back. So I'm like, how the fuck? So I was like, that motherfucker's address is in my Google Maps. So I drove forever to get over there. It's the other side of town, and plus all the roads were missing. Like, so I got over there, and luckily it was about a month and a half later. Luckily somebody came in and fixed our house. Insurance did what they're supposed to do. But like that's been a big part of my success is just and it started in the MMA world. Like the oldest lead we ever signed up was 5 years, like almost to the day. Like they signed up almost exactly 5 years. Like I don't call old leads. Like who the fuck do you call? Like what is your ad budget? If you can have like 6 to 10 leads a day. Like my guys at the gym when we're doing our power hours and stuff, like you're required to make 20 phone calls an hour if nobody answers. So I don't have the budget to run 20 brand new leads a day or 40 brand new leads a day. It doesn't make sense. So what do? We call the old leads. And we have about 4,900 contacts in our list. And that's not counting drop-ins. It's not counting people we don't want in the gym. So like, we just call the leads. Like it's not that hard. Everybody loves the books. I bought. I ordered a stack of books from you, and give everybody everything and all the stickers and stuff. But yeah, man, like it's nothing crazy. And the reason I got into this was I work with Mike Claudio at WinRate, and he goes, "Your skill set is entirely too high for the money you're making." I understand Facebook marketing. I understand branding. I understand sales. I understand all of that. I worked with Paul Halmy as well, with him and Amy. So I was coach there. Like I taught sales for them. And they're like, way too much to getting what you're getting paid. So he goes, why don't you get into something else? And like, he obviously knows home services with WinRate Consulting. That's their specialty. And I'm coaching there as well. And he's like, plus my background, my dad was a general contractor. Great builder, great person, taught me an insane amount about business, like just how to operate. He wasn't great at business, great owner, but not like, operator. And so he taught me a lot of how to treat your people. And so with that experience and with Mike and WinRate's background in home services, it just made sense to go back into construction. We sold we got approved $170,000 the other day. Like that was the first 3 years of my business in MMA combined. That was a single day. So it's it's a different world. It's a different world for sure.
And there was something you said in there, and there's a lot of great things that you said. But the one thing that I heard was, "Hey man, during the power hour, you got to call 20 people if no one answers." Which I love this because I did the math the other day. I was working with a company and I was like, well, how much time are your guys spending on the phone? And he's like, I don't know. They call, however many of these. I was like, well, listen, here's the math. If you pick up the phone, If you open the CRM, right, and you wait for it to load and you get the customer contact data, or you pull up your spreadsheet or whatever, wherever you keep your information, you should have a CRM, but if you don't, like, whatever. And so you pick up the phone, you call the person, you let it ring for 45 seconds. If they don't answer, I don't typically leave a lot of voicemails because people just ignore them anyways, and 90% of voicemails get transcribed into text these days. So, like, I'll just hang up and send a text message. So you hang up, you send your text message or your email follow-up, and then you make a note and you move on to the next lead. It's literally a 2 to 3 minute process per lead. And so if you're calling 20 in an hour, that's about the math, right? If no one answers, you can get 20-ish phone calls, 25 phone calls in an hour. And I live by the 110-2 rule. You have to make at least 100 outreaches a day with an idea of trying to have 10 solid conversations. So if you're making 100 calls at 3 minutes a call, that's literally 300 minutes. So if you do the math, that's 5 hours on the phones. So if your team's not spending 5 hours on the phones, not talking to anyone, then what the hell are they doing all day? And that to me is what, like, the big thing that I think most people are missing is they're like, oh, well, we'll get to it later. Or, the time, we got to do it at this time or this time. But the truth is, like, you need someone who's committed 100% to being willing to get on the phones. And whether you're making 100 or 20 or whatever that number is for you in your business, the KPIs and the metrics matter. So how have you been able to, like, really lean in on your guys to understand that, like, output equals input? And from a gym standpoint, I would imagine that comes into play a lot.
Yeah. So the big thing that I don't care about results, and that sounds ass backwards. It's all I care about. But, like, how do we get there is what really matters. Like, you can't just run around randomly hoping that you figure it out. Like, what did I do to cause this outcome? Okay, how do I do more of that? So what I figured out was I wanted 30 calls an hour, and because I can probably churn out 30 calls an hour, like, realistically. Also, but, like, hey, we got new people, we got this, things happen. So I'm like, stop fucking typing everything out. Like, open a Word document, copy paste. Because when you make a phone call, you make notes. Call, voicemail, text, copy paste, Command C, Command V. Like, that's it. You're good.
Amen.
So, all right, whatever, it's fine. And so we run through it. And what I like, and everybody's different. Like, what motivates me, I don't give a fuck about money. I don't give a fuck about accolades. I don't care about any of that. I like winning. Like, literally, it's my favorite thing on earth is to win. Like, I tattooed "Here to Win" on my fucking hand. Like,
come on.
Yeah, my coffee cup somewhere. I'm a tattoo degenerate. But, like,
me too.
Yeah. First thing to do is tattoo my hands. I'm like, oh, no going back. But, like, understand, like, this is how you eat. Like, you have to hunt. Like, you have to go out and do that. And, there's a direct correlation between the monthly revenue and output of calls. I'm like, because I've always been like, what? Like, how do I measure success? Like, we need to set 4 appointments today. I'm like, sometimes that just doesn't fucking happen. So what can we measure? Effort. That's it. Like, did you show up? Yes. Did you do the calls? Yes. And, like, what we did, so our process is you make a phone call. If they don't answer, you hang up. You call right back. It's going to get – so fun fact, if they're on iPhone and Do Not Disturb, it'll probably bypass Do Not Disturb. And what happens is they're like, oh, shit, this exact same number called me twice. It could be something important. It could be my wife, phone's broken, she's in a car accident. It could be my kids at a friend's house, whatever. And then we bypass that. So that helps. I picked up from Alan Belcher. I watched him do it. I'm like, holy shit, that's amazing. Then we do leave a voicemail. This is old school. We've been doing voicemail since transcribe. I don't care about it. I read voicemails. If it transcribes that bitch, I'm not listening to your shit. I'll get the message. And I'll click the fucking call me back at this number. I'm like, click. There we go. Then we shoot them a text. So it's double tap, voicemail, text, and then we email as well. Like, we're hitting up you every day, and I've had people, like, get fucking mad at me, give me bad Google. These people will hound you forever. I'm not picking up the fucking phone book and randomly finding numbers. You gave it to me. Like, what do you want from me? So, giving my guys, I'm like, hey, this is how we eat. Like, this is what it takes. And, a lot of my gym guys are a lot younger. and they get discouraged because they see the value of what we do. They understand. Well, I don't like making 20 phone calls. Well, cool. I'll hire it out to a VA for half the money I'm paying you. Like, do you want your job? And no, I think that's a fucking dangerous thing for sales right now. Like appointment setters in the Philippines for $4 an hour, they will fucking outwork you, and they don't complain, and their English is better than mine. Like,
Amen.
You better be careful. And I hate AI. AI can eat a dick. I don't fucking. It's not supposed to talk.
Preach. No, preach, man. I am a big believer that AI is super popular and trendy right now, but how many of us have gotten to an AI robot and immediately smashed zero like 1,000 times because we don't want to talk to AI, we want to talk to a human. Yeah. And I know that at some point they're going to tell us like, oh, AI is smarter than a human and it works more. And like, that's all well and good. But at the end of the day, if you still care about people and you want to see other people succeed and you want to see other people win, you're going to forego the AI so that you can have genuine, real relationships and conversations. And so it's something that we're in a season right now, and there's a lot of people struggling through it, and there's a lot of marketing guys out there just absolutely taking way too much money from people to build these AI systems and robots. And then the people are realizing that at the end of the day, people still want to work with people. And that is something that I really appreciate about you, Johnny, is that you have always come to me with the, hey, man, I want to help my team win. I want to see the people around me that I'm working with be successful, whether it was in the gym or in the contracting business or even your coaching clients. And so I'd be curious for you, like, I know having those hard conversations with coaching clients and you know, the people you work with is not always the most fun thing to do. How do you approach it in a way that lets them know that they're messing up and also you're here to help them succeed?
Yeah, it's before I go on that, you've been in this game a while too. Do you remember when chatbots came out?
Yes.
Like, dude, I fought that to the fucking core. I'm like, no, that lasted about 40 seconds. I was like, fucking told you. AI's a lot better.
Yeah.
AI's a lot better. But dude, like I had a gym during COVID. Like literally, the cops would come to my fucking gym and make sure I was shut down. I was not shut down. Shut down for 2 weeks. I flattened the fucking curve, did my part, and I was like, "Fuck this, we're opening." Because like, and it was the text message I was getting from the like, "Hey man, can we come in the back door? We'll clean everything. Give us a key. I promise that we won't fuck anything up." I'm like, I got too many of those. Why? People wanted human connection, dude. That was it.
Yep.
Like so. My only regret on that was papering the windows up. I should have got a big flashing open sign that said "fuck you." So that's my only regret. But like, what I've, just so going back to like when I'm having these hard conversations, I'm actually going through that right now with one of my main guys at the gym. He got a shiny offer, man, and it's double what I'm fucking paying him, and. Dude, we all got our ass kicked. So we had fucking COVID. We got through that, made a shitload of money because everybody got free money during that. And I should have charged more money than less. But and then we got Helene. Like 9 months ago, our fucking like half the map was ripped off, just like a child in a sandbox ripping it off. So we got decimated, and we ran through savings. We all did. We all ran through savings and all that. And but like when I'm coaching them through it, like what I try and do is there's a couple ways to do it. One, I'll put my foot right up your ass. That's not as effective with certain people. I'm like, hey, do you like this? Like, so what I do is what I try to do, I highlight the pain points. I'm like, hey, where does it hurt? Here, okay. This is, and what I started doing, like, well, if you want to make more money or you want to do more sales or you want to do X, Y, Z or lose weight, I'm like, what would you do? Well, I don't know. Well, if you were me, what would I say to do? They automatically know the answer. Like, yeah. So, I try and help them find the solution. And it's really fucking hard for me. I'm like, because I know the answer. I have been kicked in the fucking nuts. I have been beat up, like both literally and figuratively. Like, you get a phone call like Amex decides so right after COVID, the banks helped me by turning my auto pay off. I missed 2 car payments. That's not good for your fucking – Amex like, hey, you owe us $78,000. You can't float that much money anymore. I'm like, fuck. So when somebody's like, hey, I need to make an extra $2,000 this month, I'm like, go do that today. Like, fuck, man. So like just giving them my experience. Like, hey, this is the pain I had. This is the solution I found, and this was the result. And what kills me is like, and this, I'm the same way, so I can't fault them. Like, until I have the scars, I don't know how bad it hurts. Like what got me into calling leads was being broke. I quit my job in 2017. I have been either self-employed or the only W-2 I've had since then is through my own business because we went S corp, and I started calling leads, and I mean, I had one phone number. You can still find my personal cell phone number if you look for a gym sometimes on some old websites. But like, I started calling people, and I put the work. I didn't want to. I did not fucking want to. My back was against the wall. I had no fucking choice. I may or may not have been street pharmacing a little bit to help supplement.
No judgment. But, hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, that's the best sales training you'll have.
Amen.
It's a high demand product, high risk. But so I made a phone call, and someone answered, and we had a 25-minute phone conversation, and they came in and they signed up. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I did it again, and I did it again, and I got to the point, I'm like, man, I can't spend 3 hours setting 6 appointments. Let's do it faster. And I just turned it into a game. I'm like, let's see if I can set 6 appointments today. Let's see if I can set. I think the most we've ever set in a single day, one person, was 13. Like, that's a fucking banging day for a gym.
That's savage.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck. And like, I was like, hey, I did 9, but we had 0 ad budget, so fuck you guys. That counts. But like, just like, I think that to me, winning is not important, right? Losing sucks. Like, I love winning. That's my goal. But I hate losing more. I love winning. So when I don't hit my numbers, you fucking lost, bro. You win or you learn. No, you win or you fucking lose. You can learn from both. You should learn from both. Yep. The losses hurt more. You learn faster. But like, you win or you fucking lose. And it's really been it's tough coming from, I was a professional athlete, I was a Division I wrestler. Like, I've won multiple world titles in jiu-jitsu. Like winning's my default. And it sounds arrogant. My default is winning because I'm always going to put the work in. Like, and it's like anything less than victory is a fucking crush because I know the work I put in, and it just applies to everything. Calling 50, 60 leads a day if necessary does not bother me. Like, I've got one client now, 26 messages, not a single fucking response. I'm like, hey, I sent the fucking dog meme. Well, yeah. So,
yes.
Like, yeah, memes win, man. It just, I like winning. I just fucking, or I hate losing, one of the two. Like, and how do you want to frame that? It's just a different world.
Yeah, it's so interesting to me because, like, for me, a lot of sales has always just been like, hey, man, output equals input. And where I really started understanding it was what you just said, turning it into a game as I started going on my health journey, right? When I would go to the gym, it was like, hey, man, I got this messed up elbow and I was fat. And, I had every excuse in the book as to why I didn't want to go to the gym and work out. But the more I went, the more I made it a game of like, all right, I can do 3 push-ups. That's pretty pathetic. Now I'm up 20, 25. I'm banging them out. I'm feeling good. And it was like, okay, cool. I'm happy with where I am there. What's the next thing that I want to win at? It was burpees. It's like, all right, I can't do burpees without my thick thighs grabbing the ground and like having to huck myself back up. So I was very intentional. It's like, I want to get to a point where I can do 100 burpees and never let my thighs touch the ground one time, which also means that my push-ups got better, that all my other strength got better. And it really became a game of like, if I can add one more to that list, then it's all around effective. And in doing so, that discipline there showed up in the business because like we all have hard days. We all go through shit. We're all human. We all have stuff in our personal lives, relationships. We have an argument with our spouse or our kids. And we're just like, I don't want to do this, but you don't have a choice. especially for those of us idiots that decided we were going to go and open our own business instead of like getting a clock in, clock out job. And I'm not hating on those, right? If that's your thing where you clock in and you get paid to do what you do well, and then you clock out and you don't worry about it, like, hell yeah, that's awesome. As long as you're living the life that you want to live. But I'd say 9 out of 10 people that I speak to in that situation, they're not living the life that they want to live because they're not willing to put in the work and be disciplined and committed to the result. And as you said, man, sometimes you take a loss. Sometimes you get your ass kicked. Sometimes you show up and you got a black eye and a broken nose and you feel like hell. But it's that scar and that memory that makes you think, what am I going to do differently so that I don't end up in that situation again? And I really appreciate how you are vulnerable enough to talk about those sorts of things and also willing to say, hey, but those don't matter as much as what are we going to get up and do today? How are we going to show up in the current moment so that we can win in every area possible? And I just have really appreciated watching you and your journey and all the things that you have going on, man, because I see it. I see the commitment. I see the discipline. And more so, I see that you're willing to share that with the people around you and help them win too, brother.
Yeah, like actually, I posted about it this morning. I mean, there's a dichotomy right now on social media about entrepreneurship. It is 24/7 grind. I'm gonna grind 28 hours a day, 19 days a week. I'm never gonna fucking sleep. I'm like, that is it. That is a part of business. You're right. Like, good
Seasons.
The other thing you see is check out my Lambo and my private jet, and I only work 4 hours a week. I'm like, okay, cool. Those are things. I don't want that. They're full of shit, by the way.
Yeah.
That last one, that's AI.
You got to peel back the curtain a little bit and understand what's really going on there.
And I only used AI to do that. Please buy my course. But like, there's that thing in between. Like there's this, like, your first hire, you're gonna fuck that up.
Oh.
And then, oh yeah, dude. Dude, I just found out that 2 of my guys were gonna jump one of my other employees. I'm like, you should have. Like, you fucking should have. Like, I didn't know he was that big of a piece of shit. Like, so then you're gonna make a mistake. You're gonna hire the wrong fucking person. You're gonna hire out of convenience. Then you're not gonna fire him, and you should have fired him. And then, you get through that, and you hire your second team, then you hire your first, manager, and then you put them in charge, a leader in place. They got a title, but no fucking authority. You know what they're doing. Then you're going to build that. It's just a whole fucking journey. And, this is something I've been extremely adamant about. Like, you only fail at business for 2 reasons. 1, you quit too soon. 2, you make the same mistake twice. Like, and that's it. Like, one thing, like, and you can make the mistake, more than once, but like, you can't continue to hire the wrong people. You can't continue to let them stay there too long. You can't continue to make bad financial decisions. You can't continue to do dumb shit and expect a different result. It's literally the definition of insanity. So when you make a mistake, like, everybody I fired, so everybody who quit in the beginning, I should have fired probably 18 months earlier, like, realistically, 6 to 18 months. I will fire you immediately. Like, probably still too long, honestly. But, like, I'm like, hey, now's the day. The last guy I fired, I think the last guy, I left. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I wanted to fire him in the middle of class on the mat. That was the answer. And my wife was like, what are we going to do? We're short stacked. Everybody's out of town. Like, it's unsafe to our members to have no coach there. So I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to go grab lunch and come back and I'm going to fire him. And I fired him that day. I had a fucking rash guard on and fucking short ass shorts, and I fired somebody. Like, I'm like, dude, you fucked up. Get out. Like, but like, that's what sucks. Nobody tells you about that, but you get better at it. And then, and here's the worst part: everybody thinks you're a cold hearted motherfucker. I'm like, no, dude. Like, look at these scars. Like, look at these scars, and you don't get numb to it. You just get faster at making a decision without emotion. And, dude, I wish I could work a 9 to 5. I really do. Like, I would.
There are days. Burn it down. Take me to Walmart, baby. Just put me in a register. Like, shit.
Dude, I'd be Michael Douglas and falling down in 10 minutes. Like, that's just fucking, like, it's just not going to happen. But, like, and I think it's, the American nightmare. Like, it's something, both my parents were self-employed, but it's the American nightmare. Like, go to school, graduate, go to college, start your life out with $250,000 debt, go get a job that doesn't pay that shit, then get married, have 2.5 kids, go try and get a job that your degree fucking thing, which is like maybe 30%
useless
of people, and then like retire at 67 and die at 72. That sounds fucking horrible. Like I control every fucking decision in my life for the most part. Like I chose between not filing bankruptcy and just powering through and keeping the gym open during this shit. Right? Like, that's my choice. And I may be a control freak. I probably am. But like, there's situations where I don't want to put my power in somebody else's hands. I fucking hate it. Well, the 9 to 5 is safe. It's not. That motherfucker just, hey, Groovy, you don't work here anymore, bro. Why?
Congratulations, man. You made me millions of dollars, and I appreciate you, and you're awesome. However, I'm letting you go.
Yeah, we got somebody from India taking your
after
fucking
5-8
job.
years. Like, really? Oh, it happens.
Yeah, AI, India, Philippines, like, so it's one of those things that, like, dude, I'd rather eat what I kill. Like, that's just how it is. I don't like anybody else having the idea, like, hey, this is your fate. Nah, motherfucker, it's not. Like, we're not playing that game today. And to me, the risk is there. Like, there's I think the realization I had talking to my wife, I was fucking exhausted, dude. Like, I put on over 2,500 miles a month on my truck. I'm at like 19,000 miles. I bought it in October. Like, it's high mileage vehicle. And because of the storm, my wife, I was like, I'm fucking exhausted. She goes, you love this. She goes, you love this chaos. And I do. Like, this is the happiest I've been. Like, trying to save the gym, which we're doing well, building a new company, which we're on pace to $1 million in a year. Like, fuck, dude, I love it. Dude, there's no amount of money you could pay me to stay at home and clock in and clock out. It's the most rewarding, one of the most taxing things you can do.
Man, and I'm sure you and I could probably sit here and nerd out on this all day and talk about a million different things, but I want to be respectful of your time, and I'm truly grateful that you were able to make some time to be here with us today. If someone's listening to this and they got some value, they like your style, they want to learn more about you and how you coach people, what you got going on, what's the best way for them to find you?
Yeah, easiest way to get a hold of me is probably Instagram, which you'll sent you the link for that. JohnnyBuck.com. That's my website. Check your spam. I still haven't figured that shit out. I have not put time into that yet. But or just share the show, tag somebody in it. Like, we'll have some clips and whatnot. But like, this is what we do. Like, man, we really appreciate the opportunity to be on here, kind of share my story and a little different perspective to calling the damn leads and just growing a business. It's not rocket science. It's not that complex, but it's not easy either. So I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you. If you guys enjoyed the show, he said it well. Share it, tag someone you know, send it to somebody you know who absolutely sucks at sales or business and they need to get their shit together. The only way to really help someone grow is to be willing to have these hard conversations. And so I'm truly grateful for the time. And if you've got your own story, you've got some shit that you need to get off your chest, you want to share to help other people be successful, head over to callthedamnleads.com/podcast. Get on the list. Let's get you on here. Let's share your story, because at the end of the day, man, the stories we hear are what inspire us to go out and do great things. So, Johnny, thank you for taking some time to share yours today, brother.
Of course, man.
We'll see you guys on the next one. You know what to do. Go call those damn leads. We'll see you next time.